of the favorite songs at school. God bless the USA.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the plains of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
This next one is called Agents of Change, and it's a song about us all being the future and doing something to change. So with our newly elected officials taking office today, they are our new agents of change, and boys and girls will score on the future agents of change.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go. All right. We are the future. We are the power. We are the agents of change. We know the problems. We are solutions. We are the agents of change. Whoa. I am prepared from my head to my toe. I am so ready, I am ready to go. You can be part of this fabulous day. Do what you do, my friend, and bring what you bring. Oh, we are the ones who make it happen. We are the agents of change. Whoa, we are the strength to see it, be it. We are the agents of change. Agents of change. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go. All right. We are the future. We are the power. We are the agents of change. We know the problems. We got solutions. We are the agents of change. Whoa. If we want change, we must go from inside. Once we are ready, we can share it with pride. Sisters and brothers, it's not out of range. Working together, we are agents of change. Oh, we are the ones who make it happen. We are the agents of change. Oh, we are the strength to see it, be it. We are the agents of change. Agents of change, you on your feet, join the party, make it sweet. Hey, you on your feet, join the party, make it sweet. Hey, you on your feet, join the party, make it sweet. Hey, you on your feet, join the party, make it sweet. Change!
Our next piece is called Thankful for the USA.
Oh, we are thankful USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively joyful, thankful for the USA. We are thankful we have won. We live land of liberty. We are thankful it is true. We love our red, white, and blue. We are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively joyful, thankful for the USA. We are thankful, we know why. We live where the eagles fly. We are thankful we are here. Everybody give a cheer. Yeah! Oh, we are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively joyful, thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively joyful, thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful for the USA. Thankful for the USA. USA!
And we'd like to finish the part of the program with God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with floods. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with fog. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed singing for you.
It's my pleasure this morning to welcome you to the 105th inauguration of Nashua City Government. We begin today's ceremony with the posting of our colors. Today's color guard is from Nashua's VFW Post 483 and includes Mark Gordon, Mark Plant, and Kenneth Coyle. Would you please stand while we post our nation's colors?
Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to ask you to remain standing while the Birch Hill School Chorus joins us again for the singing of our national anthem by Francis Scott Key. Thank you. Please be seated. Nicely done, children. Now, for those in the audience who may not know, although you've probably noticed just the level of quality of the performers for you this morning, but they also joined the Nashua Symphony in November for one of their performances. So, very well. Nice job. I would like to begin today by extending my sincere congratulations to all newly elected city officials, and I wish you success in all of your endeavors. Let me introduce the incumbent city officials and special guests who are here on the stage, and maybe some in the audience if I am able to point them out. On stage, we have Major Carl Carville, the Corps Officer of the Salvation Army in Nashua. We have the Aldermanic Inauguration Committee members, Alderman Paul Chasse and Alderman-elect Catherine Vitale. The incumbent members of the Board of Aldermen, Alderman-at-Large Benjamin Clemens, Alderman-at-Large Brian McCarthy, and Alderman-at-Large Lori Wilshire. The incumbent members of the Board of Education, Richard Dowd, Stephen Haas, Robert Hallowell, Jack Kelly, William Mosher, and this year's student representative, Sathvika Reedy. The incumbent members of the Fire Commission, Paul Garant, Ralph Calloway, Kevin Gage, and I thought I saw Mr. Lavoie, yes? Thank you. And the incumbent members of the Board of Public Works, Tracy Pappas. Thank you. We also have our city clerk, Paul Bergeron, our corporation counsel, James McNamee, our city treasurer, David Fredette, and not able to join us today were our police and fire chiefs. I know in the audience today we have Senator Peggy Gilmore and Representative Jane Clemens. That name may sound familiar to you twice today. Bless you. I think I'm getting past a note. Oh, pardon me, prior to the introductions, I should have asked us to ask Major Carville to give us our invocation. Pardon me. Would you say an extra prayer so I don't do something like that again in the program?
it would be lovely to sit here in the place of judgment. First of all, we have a judge, and second of all, I've made too many faux pas, and that was just a tiny welcoming mistake. You made it actually much warmer and more of a family atmosphere for us. Thank you, Mayor. Let us pray together. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, a shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Our Father and our God, this morning we are met to celebrate the commitment, the sacrifice, the willingness to serve of so many people in this room in order to continue to make Nashua, as the gate city of New Hampshire, one of the best municipalities, not only in this state, but in all the region. Lord, we ask that you would bless their sacrifice, bless their families' sacrifice as they are met to serve, to continue a quality of life, to navigate the changing waters, as it were, in this region, in every way that we must face. We pray that you would vest each member of city government with the investment of integrity, of intelligence, of insight, and of wisdom. Lord, this day we are grateful for this place in this land. We ask you finally, O God, not only to bless these officials, their families, and Nashua, but God, this morning we ask you to bless America. And so we pray all of these things in your matchless and powerful name. Amen and amen.
And I would also introduce, sitting to my left as I was seated, Judge James Leary, who is the Chief Administrative Justice of the Nashua District Court, who is joining us today to help with the oaths of office. I would now introduce our City Clerk, Paul Bergeron, who will now announce the results of the November 3rd, 2009 city election, and our newly elected city officials will be sworn in to their respective offices. Thank you. Mr. Bergeron?
We are assembled here today for the inauguration of the 105th City Government of the City of Nashua. The Alderman-at-Large elect, Ward Alderman-elect, Board of Education elect, Board of Public Works elect, Fire Commissioners elect, and Ward officials elect are assembled on this day agreeably to the provisions of the Charter of the City of Nashua for the purpose of taking upon themselves the oath of office as by law required. We will begin with the ward election officials. Corporation Counsel James McNamee will administer the oath of office to the ward election officials. I would ask that they come to the front of the stage once I announce the office to which they have been elected, and I will begin reading their names so that they may take their oaths of office from Attorney McNamee. Beginning with the ward selectmen. The result of the votes cast for Ward Selectmen was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that the following individuals have been duly elected Ward Selectmen of the City of Nashua, they are qualified as such for the ensuing 2 years. As I call out your name, please step forward to the front of the stage. From Ward 1, Nicholas Dahl, Elaine Dorgan, and Brooks Thompson. From Ward 2, Teresa Moeller, Carolyn Sidois, Jane Sidois. From Ward 3, Martha Barrett, Sheila McLaughlin, Rosalind Price. Ward 4, James Barnett, Clarence Kramis. Ward 5, Nelson Allen, Robert Ferreira, and Paul Pellerin. Ward 6, James Gately, Timothy Lockhart, John Madigan. Ward 7, June Karen, Edward Jean, Ann Sidois. Ward 8, Margaret Anderson, Stephen Glass, Michael Warhola. And Ward 9, Evelyn Daly, Patricia Morrow, and Kay Potfora.
Everyone here? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on you as a ward selectman, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire? I do. Congratulations.
Ward clerks. The result of the votes cast for ward clerk was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that the following individuals have been duly elected ward clerks of the City of Nashua, and they are qualified as such for the ensuing 2 years. Again, I would ask these officials to step forward to the front of the stage as I call their names. Ward 1, Mary Poston. Ward 2, William Marshall. Ward 3, Diane Griffith. Ward 4, Daniel Glenick. Ward 5, Jean Fortier. Ward 6, Carol Lappin. Ward 7, Valerie Denault. Ward 8, Connor Strobel. Ward 9, Ann Corbett.
Raise your right hand if you can. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as ward clerks according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire? Congratulations.
And now the ward moderators. The result of the votes cast for ward moderator was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that the following individuals have been duly elected ward moderators of the City of Nashua, and they are qualified as such for the ensuing 2 years. Please step forward and stand before the stage to assume your oath of office. Ward 1, Patricia Chadwick. Ward 2, Roberta Watkowski. Ward 3, Arthur Barrett Jr. Ward 4, David Davis. Ward 5, Patricia Allen. Ward 6, Jay Corbin. Ward 7, Donald LaChance. Ward 8, Gene Anderson. And Ward 9, Donald Dillaby.
Right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on you as a ward moderator, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire? Congratulations.
The ward election officials who were unable to attend today will be sworn in prior to the next election. I just did want to take a minute, though, and thank the ward election officials for the services they provide. Our city elections would not run as smoothly as they do without the dedication of these 45 elected officials, as well as those who volunteer to assist as ballot inspectors and deputy registrars. City of Nashua has the longest polling hours of any community in the state, and these people show up an hour to 2 early and stay 2 to 3 hours later to make sure that the results are tabulated and brought back properly. So I express my personal appreciation for all you do. The Honorable James Leary, Presiding Justice of the Nashua District Court, will administer the oath of office for the offices of Fire Commission, Board of Public Works, Board of Education, and Board of Aldermen. We will begin with the Fire Commission. These individuals are on the stage, and after all your names have been read, please stand as a group, and Judge Leary will administer the oath of office. For the Fire Commission, the results of the votes cast for Fire Commission was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that David Lavoie and Michael Soucy have been duly elected members of the Fire Commission of the City of Nashua, and they are qualified as such for the ensuing 4 years. Please rise to take your oath of office.
Good morning, gentlemen. Could you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as fire commissioners, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Hampshire, so help you God? Congratulations.
Thank you. For the Board of Public Works, the results of the votes cast for Board of Public Works was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that Daniel Gagnon and Tracy Pappas have been duly elected members of the Board of Public Works of the City of Nashua. They are qualified as such for the ensuing 4 years. Please rise to take your oath of office.
Good morning. You've already raised your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as a member of the Board of Public Works according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Hampshire, so help you God? Congratulations.
Board of Education. The results of the votes cast for Board of Education was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that David Murataki, Dennis Ryder, Thomas Vaughn, and Sandra Zim have been duly elected members of the Board of Education of the City of Nashua, and they are qualified as such for the ensuing 4 years. Please rise for your oath of office.
Good morning. Could you please raise your right hands? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as members of the Board of Education, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Hampshire, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Ward Alderman. The result of the votes cast for Ward Alderman was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that Catherine Vitale, Ward 1, Richard LaRose, Ward 2, Diane Sheehan, Ward 3, Arthur Craffey Jr., Ward 4, Michael Tabasco, Ward 5, Paul Chassey Jr., Ward 6, Richard Flynn, Ward 7, Mary Ann Malizi Golia, Ward 8, and Jeffrey Cox, Ward 9, have been duly elected Ward Aldermen of the City of Nashua, and they are qualified as such for the ensuing 2 years. Please rise to take your oath of office.
Good morning. Could you please raise your right hands? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as Ward Alderman, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Hampshire, so help you God? Congratulations.
For Alderman at Large, a term of 4 years. The result of the votes cast for the office of Alderman at Large was duly canvassed by the Board of Aldermen as by law provided, and it appearing therefrom that Mark Cookson, David Dean, and Barbara Presley have been duly elected Aldermen at Large of the City of Nashua, and they are qualified as such for the ensuing 4 years. Please stand.
Good morning again. Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as Alderman at Large, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the city charter and the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Hampshire, so help you God?
I will.
Congratulations.
Mayor, I'll turn the podium back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Bergeron. So today, at this point of the program, is when I get to offer my congratulatory remarks. And I thought about whether or not I should write something down and come up with some profound speech. And I decided, no, I think I'll just talk to you just a little bit. You know, it's been my honor today to be the MC of this event. I remember 2 years ago sitting here being a little bit nervous, not quite sure, even though I was pretty convinced I knew what I was getting into. Not exactly sure as you look around the room, primarily because of people's expectations. You have your own expectations as you sit here. The people in the audience, the people that might be watching at home, and the people that frankly aren't even paying attention have expectations of you. It's not easy to feel that you're meeting all of those expectations. What's really important is if you look around, we get to do this as a team. It's not one of us doing it and holding up for the rest. It's all of us working together hand in hand. Now, some of you have been here before. For some of you, it's a new adventure. But those of us that have been doing it, at least for a little while, understand that the benefit of working together as a team is important. Now, some of you may have it a little easier, although, as Paul pointed out, some of the ward officials, it's not easy on election day. But the rest of the year, you pretty much breathe easy and wait for that day when you put in another 16, 17-hour day. Fire commission, others, some days better than others. School board, not going to be an easy time. Board of Aldermen, not going to be an easy time, primarily because of, no. But it is something that we will do if we work together. We will do the job that's expected of us. There will be people that are not happy with the job we do. There are people that oftentimes will say to me, well, you should have cut this, or you should have cut that. And then I say, well, what about this? Oh, no, not that. So we all have things that are important to us. From my perspective, the barometer that I always use is this the right thing to do? Is this the best way we can do it? And I think all of us know, if you listen to what I call your inside voice, you'll know if you're doing the right thing. It's not going to be easy. We're not going to agree along the road as we go forward. But if we keep talking to each other, many hands make for easier lifting. And I'm sure that somehow we'll get through it all. My door is always open. I know all of you have all of my numbers and then some. You know that I have a policy that when you walk into the office that I'm to be interrupted if I'm on site so that I can talk to you if you have something on your mind. Take advantage of that. Let's get to know each other so we can figure out how best to work together. I would appreciate that. Now, I thought I would wrap up. I wanted to find something like amazingly profound to say. And then, as I was thinking about it, I'm going to ask all of you, turn over your program. I don't think I could come up with something more profound than this simple phrase. Let us develop the resources of our land, call forth its powers, build up its institutions, promote all its great interest, and see whether we also, in our day and generation, may not perform something worthy to be remembered. Daniel Webster, 1782 to 1852. Wow. When you think about that, so many of us look backwards for quotes and things we can point to that say what we want to be. But when you look right now at the time that you're in, it's very difficult to think that somebody might look back 100 years from now and look at something we said or did, and it might not be on the back of their program. We certainly should make that effort, I think. So thank you. I'm sure that we'll get through the next couple of years working together. So congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I would ask that everybody in this room that's in the audience stand for a moment if you've been elected. Doesn't matter what office, ward clerk, state representative, sitting alderman that has not yet expired, or wait, actually you probably now officially expired your term as the oath has been given. But could you stand so that we could thank you for what you do for us? Please. Thank you so much. While I am in the thank you mode, let me take a moment to put my hat back on as the Master of Ceremonies today and thank the Inauguration Committee, Ward 1 Alderman Catherine Vitale, Ward 6 Alderman Paul Chasse, and former Ward Alderman sitting here in the front, Mark Plamondon. The Birch Hill score, I think they left the room. But I'm going to announce each of their names. I'm going to do my best. These are quite a list of names. The Birch Hill score today, with musical director Deb Nealand, consisted of the following students: Amelia Anderson, Elia Bauman, Elon Brest, Alyssa Clancy, Shama Darampal, Sophia Fassi, Madeline Fexis, Jessica Gagnon, Benjamin Gorelick, Caitlin Hammond, Emily Hayden, Kelly Spadaro, Nick Jones, Meredith Kime, Kezia Lacey, Sydney LaForge, Caitlin McNamara, Alyssa Morrill, Aditi Mundahada, Alex Naughton, Nicole Preventure, Brenna Rose, Emily Scanlon, Ku Shal Shaw, Lindsay Ireland, and Madison Wynn. Again, what a wonderful job they did for us. A thank you to the VFW Post 483 Color Guard, Mark Gordon, Mark Plant, and Kenneth Coyle, the Nashua High School Technology Center's hospitality and tourism students and culinary arts students, Major Carl Carville, and I want to just extend a special thank you to our City Clerk, Paul Bergeron. Paul, I have come to know exactly how much work you do. Most of it is behind the scenes. People really have no idea. I mean, even in the back, which you don't get to see from here, Paul had everybody's name listed in order that we'd walk out on the stage, posted on the wall, every detail. And I know that the folks that work with you in the wards know the attention that you put to detail. So thank you for all that you do, passing me notes when I trip as well. Major Carville, could you please offer our benediction?
And I'll ask you not to bow your heads, but simply give me your eyes so that I can offer this blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord turn his face toward you, toward our city, toward our nation, and grant us peace. So now go in peace. And all of God's children said, Amen.
He was really kidding. You don't get to go yet. But you nearly do. This nearly concludes the formal ceremonies of the inauguration of our 105th government of the City of Nashua. But the Board of Aldermen and the Joint Special School Building Committee will now conduct their organizational meetings. We'd ask you to please remain seated. When the Joint Special School Board Building Committee meeting concludes, we will then retire our colors. And for those of you that aren't offended by me injecting this in our pomp and circumstance today, we know that you will get out in time for pregame. So, we will. Mr. Clerk?
I would ask that the Board of Aldermen and Board of Education remain on stage. The other elected officials, if they wish, may stand and file out the back door. The last two items we have before us, the organizational meeting of the Board of Aldermen and the organizational meeting of the Joint Special School Building Committee. If you want to stay on stage, you're welcome to, but please go. And if that door is locked, give me a wave. You know, anytime you put on an event, you know something's going to go wrong. And it occurred to me as I was sitting here, I don't know if we prop that door so they can get out or not, but okay. We will begin with the organizational meeting of the Board of Aldermen for 2010-2011, and I'll call it to order at this time. I would note that Her Honor Donnalee Lozeau and Corporation Counsel James McNamee are also in attendance, and will take the attendance of the Board of Aldermen. Please answer by saying here or present. Alderman Clemens. Here. Alderman Cookson. Present. Alderman Dean. Here. Alderman McCarthy. Present. Alderman Presley. Here. Alderman Vitale. Present. Alderman LaRose. Present. Alderman Sheehan. Present. Alderman Craffey. Present. Alderman Tabasco. Present. Alderman Chassie.
Present.
Alderman Flynn.
Here.
Alderman Malizia-Golia.
Present.
Alderman Cox.
Present.
We have 15 present. The first item of business is to entertain nominations for President of the Board of Aldermen for 2010-2011. Are there any motions? Alderman Dean.
Move to nominate Alderman Brian McCarthy as board president.
Motion's been made to nominate Brian McCarthy as President of the Board of Aldermen. Any additional nominations? Alderman Dean.
I move that nominations be closed.
The motion before you is that all nominations be closed. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. The motion before you now is for the election of Alderman-at-Large Brian McCarthy as President of the Board of Aldermen for 2010-2011. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Brian McCarthy is hereby declared President of the Board of Aldermen for 2010-2011, and I would ask that Alderman McCarthy please take the podium to continue the organizational meeting.
I will open the floor for nominations for Vice President of the Board of Aldermen. Alderman Wilshire.
Thank you. I move to nominate Ben Clemens as Vice President of the Board of Aldermen.
The name of Alderman Clemens has been placed in nomination. Are there any other nominations? Alderman Dean.
I move the nominations be closed.
Motion is that nominations be closed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And one name has been placed in nomination, so the item before the board is the election of Alderman Clemens as the Vice President of the Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. And the motion carries, and I declare Alderman Clemens to be duly elected as the Vice President of the Board of Aldermen for the year 2010 and 2011. Attorney McNamee, would you like to? We probably should have done mine before I stood here, but. Would you like me to administer yours? Certainly.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on you as President of the Board of Aldermen, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the City Charter and the Constitution and laws of the State of New Hampshire?
I do.
Congratulations and good luck. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on you as the Vice President of the Board of Aldermen, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the City Charter and the Constitution and laws of the State of New Hampshire?
I do.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Next on the agenda is the selection of seating order. If Corporation Council would be so good as to distribute the envelopes. Oh, apparently the city clerk has the envelopes. So that we can record the order. We'll need to record the seat numbers, so if I might ask, who drew seat number 2?
Seat number 2 would be my...
Alderman Vitale has seat number 2. Seat number 3 is Alderman Craffey. Seat number 4. Who has seat number 4? Alderman Dean has seat number 4. This is going so smoothly already. Alderman 5, seat number 5. Alderman Presley, seat number 6. Alderman LaRose, seat number 7. Is Alderman Tabasco. Seat number 8, Alderman Lizzie Golia. Seat number 9 is Alderman Cox. Seat 10 is Alderman Sheehan. Seat 11, Alderman Wilshire. Seat 12 is Alderman Chansey. Seat 13 is Alderman Flynn, and seat 14 is Alderman Cookson. I'll ask for nominations for 3 members of the Board of Health for 2010-2011. Alderman Clemens.
I would nominate Dr. Anthony Storis, 5 Coliseum Ave, Dr. Peter T. Clementowitz, 166 Kinsley Street, and Dr. A.J. Sharma, 10 Prospect Street.
Are there any additional nominations? If not, I will declare nominations closed. The vote is on the approval of Dr. Anthony Storis, Dr. Peter Clementowitz, and Dr. A.J. Sharma as members of the Board of Health for the ensuing 2 years. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and I declare Dr. Storis, Dr. Clementowitz, and Dr. Sharma as members of the Board of Health for the ensuing 2 years. Oaths of office? Are the members of the Board of Health here? If they are, please come forward.
Sir, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on you as a member of the Board of Health, according to the best of your abilities and agreeably to the rules and regulations of the City Charter and the Constitution and laws of the State of New Hampshire? Congratulations.
You all received the copies of the committee assignments in your packets this week. Is there a motion on the committee assignments? Alderman Clemens?
I would move that the committee assignments be accepted as proposed.
Motion is to approve the committee assignments as distributed with the agenda. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion carries. I'd like to briefly address the Assembly. I'll try to be very brief under the circumstances, actually. Normally, times like these, we talk about the way we sacrifice for our community and that we do it for the children, and I'll start out that way. I point out that by way of sacrifice, if I weren't standing here addressing you, I would probably be sitting in Foxborough at this point in time. By way of doing it for the children, my daughter has graciously volunteered to make sure that my tickets don't go to waste. I want to thank all of you for the confidence that you've expressed by making me president of the board for the ensuing 2 years. I can tell you that it's not an easy position because I've stood here once before, and I certainly hope I will prove that you didn't make a mistake. I do want to just briefly address what I would like to see us do differently over the next 2 years. I know in recent times, many of us have been asked about contentiousness on the board and the tenor in which we conduct business, and I've thought about that a lot. I think in the past we have spent a great deal of time focusing on the process of government as it occurs within the chamber, and not as much time, perhaps, on the process of government as it relates to the results that affect our constituents. And I'd like to see us change that. The first thing I would like to do is, I think we need to change the way we look at ourselves. And what I would ask is that whenever we come into the chamber, that each member of the board look around at the other members who are there and say to themselves that those people are there for the same purpose you are, that we're there to further the interests of the city and to make the lives of our constituents better, and that that is our primary and, in fact, our only purpose in conducting the affairs of government. And let's treat each other as if we assumed that was the case. I know many of us do, but I just want to remind you that we need to do that if we're going to be successful. Secondly, I'd like to see us take a more proactive approach to the way we govern. Our situation at the moment is one of great opportunity and great challenge. We know that the Board of Education recently approved the strategic plan that was developed during the last term. I had the privilege of sitting on that committee, and I think that a great plan for bettering our education system was created. We also know that there is a substantial problem in funding the execution of that plan, and one of our greatest challenges will be to figure that out. We know that, at least technically, the recession, as in the part of the of history where the economy grows in a negative way, is probably over, but we also know that it will be several years before the economy is back to the size and shape that it was in at the beginning of 2008. And we know that that impacts our constituents. We know that it impacts things like like our downtown. We know that it is going to shape things for a long time to come in the way we do business. We also know that those things come with great opportunities. When I started on this board at the end of the last major recession, our downtown was in tremendous disarray. There was huge amounts of vacant properties, and we turned that into a fairly vibrant community over the years since then. It is still vibrant. It is still in substantially better shape than it was then, but we need to turn that around again and to make it thrive even more. We need to face the challenges that we have. We've committed to building a Broad Street Parkway. We need to get that done. We need to resolve our issues around the ownership of our water supply, and we need to address a host of issues we haven't thought about yet. What I will be doing with you over the next month or two is to try to set up a process whereby we can look at what those issues should be, what our goals ought to be for the next couple of years, and turn those into actions that we can then address through the committee structures with the chairs that were appointed today and the members who are on those committees to try and bring forth the kind of policy changes that we need to make Nashua thrive. I would ask you all to join me in that and to bear with me as that process goes on, and I look forward to working with you all. Thank you. Is there a motion? Alderman Dean.
Move to adjourn.
Motion is to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we are adjourned, and the Joint Special School Building meeting will now convene.
Following the Joint Special School Building Committee organizational meeting, the podium will be turned back over to Mayor Lozeau, our Master of Ceremonies, for some very brief announcements and the retiring of the colors. The organizational meeting of the Joint Special School Building Committee is hereby called to order. We'll begin with the roll call. Alderman McCarthy. Present. Alderman Wilshire. Here. Alderman Vitale. Present. Alderman LaRose. Present. Alderman Tabasco. Present. Alderman Chassie. Present. Alderman Flynn. Here. Alderman Malizzi-Golia. Present. Alderman Cox. Present. Mr. Dowd. Mr. Haas. Present. Mr. Hollowell. Here. Mr. Kelly? Here. Mr. Murataki? Here. Mr. Mosher? Here. Mr. Ryder? Here. Mr. Vaughn? Present. Mrs. Zim? Here. Okay, we have 17 members of the Joint Special School Building Committee present. The first item of business is to elect the chair of the committee. For that purpose, I will open up the floor to nominations. Do I have a nomination for chair of the committee? Alderman McCarthy.
Nominate Alderman Tabasco.
Motion has been made to nominate Alderman Michael Tabasco as chair of the Joint Special School Building Committee. Are there any further nominations? Any motions? Alderman McCarthy?
Move that nominations be closed.
A motion has been made to close nominations. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The motion before us now is on the election of Alderman Michael Tabasco as chair of the Joint Special School Building Committee. All those in favor of that election, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Michael Tabasco has been elected chair of the Joint Special School Building Committee, and at this time I'll turn over the program to Alderman Tabasco.
Thank you. At this point, next item on the agenda is to open the floor to nominations for the vice chair of the Joint Special School Building Committee. Is there a motion? Alderman McCarthy.
Nominate Mr. Dowd.
The motion before us is to nominate Mr. Dowd. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other motions? Alderman McCarthy.
Move that nominations be closed.
Motion is to close nominations. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion now before us is to elect Mr. Dowd as vice chair. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. At this point, it would be we open nominations for the position of clerk of Joint Special School Building Committee. Is there a nomination? Alderman McCarthy. Mr. Kelly has been placed in nomination. Are there any further nominations? Is there another motion? Alderman McCarthy.
Move that nominations be closed.
Motion before us is that nominations be closed. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. Motion now before us is to elect Mr. Kelly as clerk of the Joint Special Committee. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. And congratulations to Mr. Dowd and Mr. Kelly in their continuing role. I might point out from the last term, each served in those positions for the last term. At this time, approval of committees is on the agenda. There's one committee at Joint Special. It's the Construction Projects Committee. This time I would make the motion to appoint the following committee chaired by Alderman McCarthy and consisting of members Alderman Cox, myself, Mr. Dowd, and Mr. Ryder. If there's any discussion to that, I'll open the floor to discussion over the committee assignment. Seeing none, the motion before us is to recommend the committee as just named. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, and that motion carries. Remarks by the chair, just a couple of housekeeping items, and by way of clarification for new members and people who may not understand, Joint Special is a kind of a unique situation. It's neither Board of Aldermen nor Board of Education. However, it's made up of equal numbers of each. There's 9 members of the Board of Education, 9 members of the Board of Aldermen, and this committee is charged with school building projects. There's one in particular that's been ongoing, and the Construction Projects Committee continues to meet, and that's that's something that is currently being worked on. So from a scheduling standpoint, the committee and the committee, the Joint Special Committee, full committee, and the Construction Projects Committee meet on the 4th Thursday of each month. Next meeting is January 28th. There is a schedule out. If anybody did not receive that, let me know and I can get it to you electronically. But the Construction Projects Committee meets at 6 p.m. and followed immediately at 7 by the full Joint Special Committee. So if there's nothing further, yes, Mr. Hallowell.
Can I just note for the record that also present was Board of Education student member Seth Reddy?
Oh, yes, yes. So noted that Student Representative Sathvika Reedy was also present, with our apologies to Ms. Reedy. At this point, open up to other comments by committee members. Seeing none, I would call for a motion. Alderman LaRose.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And we are adjourned. Back over to the mayor.
Mr. President, congratulations to your election today as president of the board. Look forward to working together. There are 2 points I want to make actually 3 points I want to make before we retire the colors. After the colors are retired, we would invite you all to join us for a lovely reception that's been prepared by the students here after the ceremonies. There are 2 points that I think are important to make here. One is, we do something very unique in Nashua, and that is, although the voters at large do not elect them, their peers elect a student representative to the school board. Sathvika, did she leave the stage, or is she still on the stage? She left the stage. So the one that looked, let's just say, significantly younger than the rest of us up here was a young lady elected by her peers to serve in that capacity, which is pretty remarkable. And the other point I'd like to make is, well, many of you in the audience have not been elected. By virtue of being the family of an elected member, well, in fact, you've been recruited. And you will have many nights where you wonder, how come we're not done yet? Or why is it so late? Or how come there's another meeting? Or why is somebody still calling this late at night? Be patient and be supportive, as you have been through the campaign. It makes a whole difference into what we do. As I tell my husband, I think that's why I'm not totally gray, is because somehow he still puts up with me. With that, I would remind all of us to thank our family for what they do for us. They will be taking on extra work. Okay, would our color guard please retire the colors? Please stand. Thank you. That concludes our ceremonies today.